Behold, I send an angel before you to guard you. Pay attention to him, for my name is in him.
An angel so authoritative. God warns his people to obey him. Why? Because this angel does not speak on his own authority. He bears the name of God. And hidden behind this message is one of the most guarded mysteries in heaven. An angel ranked higher than Michael, and closer to the throne than most believers ever imagined. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear was once considered too dangerous to explain openly. Most people believe angelic power is measured by warfare, by strength, by victory in battle. That's why Michael dominates the conversation. In the book of Daniel, Michael is called the great prince who stands watch over your people. A defender, a warrior, a commander of heavenly armies. But ancient tradition tells us something shocking. In heaven, power is not measured by who fights, but by who stands closest to God. And when early Jewish mystical writings describe the hierarchy of heaven, they place one being above all others. Not as a warrior, but as an authority. His name is Metatron. He is called Sar Hapanim, the Prince of the Presence. Not because he fights for God, but because he exists in God's immediate presence. And that distinction changes everything. According to the Talmud, there is only one angel permitted to sit in heaven. Only one. Every other angel, Michael included, must stand. In ancient culture, sitting meant authority, judgment, delegated rule. When early rabbis recorded this tradition, they became alarmed. So alarmed that they issued warnings. Do not mistake Metatron for a second god. Why would such a warning be necessary? Because Metatron's authority appeared dangerously close to the divine. But wait, there's more. That warning connects directly back to the book of Exodus. My name is in him. Early Jewish commentators did not associate this verse with Michael. They associated it with Metatron. To bear the name of God did not mean equality with God.
It meant representation. Authorized command. When Metatron speaks, he speaks with divine permission. And when heaven moves, it moves according to what has already been written. Because Metatron is not only the prince of the presence, he is the scribe of heaven. Ancient texts describe him recording every human deed, every choice, every moment. He keeps the book of life. Before judgment is executed, before mercy is revealed, it is written. Michael may carry out God's commands, but Metatron records them. And now, we arrive at the part that most artwork gets completely wrong. Because Metatron does not look like a human with wings. Ancient tradition describes something far more overwhelming. In the mystical book known as 3 Enoch, a man named Enoch is transformed into Metatron. And the description is terrifying. His flesh turns to fire. His veins become flame. His bones glow like burning coals. His eyes flash like lightning. This is not beauty. This is unapproachable holiness. Metatron is described as a being of pure fire and light, so radiant that lesser angels shield their faces. And then there are the eyes. Not 2, not 10, but countless eyes, covering his form, not as a monster, but as a symbol. Eyes that see everything. Eyes that never sleep. Eyes that record every action. This imagery echoes the prophet Ezekiel's vision of the throne of God, where wheels burn with fire, and eyes cover every surface. Metatron is not a messenger angel. He is a throne being, and his wings reflect this rank. Michael is often described with 6 wings. Metatron is described with dozens, sometimes beyond number. Each wing inscribed with divine names. Each wing representing authority, speed, command. And upon his head, a crown. Not gold, not jewels, but living letters. Sacred names engraved in light, shining brighter than the sun. The crown radiates authority so powerful that angels fall silent in his presence.
Some texts describe Metatron as filling the heavenly palace, stretching across realms. Not physically large, but cosmically present. He is not confined to form. He is function, order, divine administration made visible. So why is Metatron ranked above Michael? Because Michael fights battles. Metatron authorizes reality. Michael defends nations. Metatron records destinies. Michael stands to receive commands. Metatron sits to administer divine order. Different missions, different authority. Now hear this clearly. Metatron is not God. He is not worshipped. He is not equal to the Creator. He is a created being, exalted, bound completely to God's will. Early Christian tradition eventually stepped away from emphasizing Metatron. Not because the tradition was false, but because it was dangerous to misunderstand. Silence became protection. And yet, the mystery remains. When we connect the scriptures, the ancient traditions, and the historical fear surrounding his name, one truth becomes clear. In heaven, the greatest power is not violence. It is proximity. And Metatron stands closer to the throne than any other angelic being. Here is the spiritual takeaway. The closer a being is to God, the less it seeks attention. True authority does not shout. It orders. It records. It serves. And heaven itself teaches us this truth. Power goes to holiness. If this revelation stirred something in you, there is more waiting. Because some truth